The legendary film director Steven Spielberg has made nothing but blockbusters throughout his career. With his billions, the director has made some of the most lavish purchases, and his Gulfstream G650 is one of them that recently got him into a major controversy. Let's have a look inside Steven Spielberg's controversial G650. What is the reason behind the controversy? The billionaire film director Steven Spielberg's name has come under fire. The director has been called a hypocrite for having a different set of values for himself and preaching different values to others when it comes to the crisis related to climate change. 3 years ago, Spielberg was the one telling everyone that everyone needs to be held responsible for climate change, since the situation is very terrifying. But turns out he's been actively participating in global gas emission, one of the leading causes for climate change. We knew about Taylor Smith, who has used her jet more than 170 times in just 1 year, and Elon Musk, who made similar headlines for making excessive use of his private jet. But we have a new member to top the list, Steven Spielberg. The director, who owns a Gulfstream G650, is reported to have used more than $116,000 in jet fuel over just 2 months. According to the reports, in exact figures since June 23, the jet took 16 trips spanning nearly 17,000 miles, 27,359 kilometers, at a cost of $116,159 in fuel. In addition, some of these trips were abroad, like a couple to the Netherlands and one to Ireland, but most were local, across the states, and some of them so short as to undertake them by car. And yes, this is the same Spielberg, who in his 2018 interview said, "I'm terrified of global warming. Global warming is a scientific reality. It's not a political trick. It's a true piece of real, measurable, quantifiable science. People have to come around to believing that this is. We're going to have a kind of confrontation with destiny unless we do something about it today." He continued, "I don't think people are purposefully trying to destroy the natural ability of our planet to reproduce, but it's happening." At the same time, he also reminded people to be mindful and said, when you're not mindful of something that could pose a danger to your children and grandchildren, then you just go blithely through life with aerosol cans and doing all sorts of things that are depleting the ozone. Well, we can see who's depleting the ozone here. We've given you the controversial side of his jet, so now let's have a peek inside his lavish jet. But before we move ahead, make sure you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you get more video updates like this. Inside Steven Spielberg's Gulfstream G650. The veteran Hollywood filmmaker has a total net worth of $3.7 billion. As per the reports, he earns more than $100 million every year, and a lot of this money comes from the theme parks based on his blockbuster movies, such as Jaws and E.T. The director, who has blockbusters such as Jaws and Schindler's List under his belt, bought his private jet for more than $70 million. His Gulfstream G650 has a registration number N900KS. According to the sources, the K in the registration number is the initial for his wife's name, Kate, and S is the initial for his name, and the aircraft is registered to Amblin Entertainment. Without any doubt, a Gulfstream G650 is believed to be one of the best business jets. The plane comes with a number of luxury amenities and can accommodate more than 18 passengers. The plane features traditional oval windows. As per its description, the spacious interior is a refined getaway above the clouds, where supreme comfort meets high design and innovation. It claims to be designed with your comfort and productivity in mind. Our handcrafted seats allow you to settle in and enjoy the journey. The divan and single seats convert to beds for added comfort and flexibility. The G650 boasts a luxury interior with stunning aisle spaces. The cabin features high-class audio and video equipment for entertainment purposes. There's a place for every kind of food, a private cabin for meetings. Is it all worth it? Despite the fact that this is one of the best private jets in the world, using it at the expense of the climate and the lives affected by it doesn't make it very appealing. According to the reports, in total, Spielberg's jet has emitted at least 179 tons of carbon dioxide over the past 2 months. By comparison, the average American has an annual carbon footprint of 16 tons, and the average global footprint is 4 tons per person, the report added. While most of the flight routes and fuel consumption were recorded, the database did not account for data on a few flights, including 2 flights from Van Nuys to Chicago, and from Chicago to Martha's Vineyard. So with such data, it has been confirmed that Spielberg, with 61 flights and emitting 4,465 tons of CO2 this year alone, he was the 6th biggest offender for private jet use. While the plane is surely a lavish purchase, can provide all kinds of comfort, and has all the striking aesthetics, it is no better for the already depleting environment. So, Spielberg might have to reevaluate his actions and take notes from his 2018 interview, because the environment cannot afford to absorb more carbon emission at this point. And for someone who's terrified to see the environment in such a plight, that shouldn't be hard, right? This brings us to the end of this video. That was a detail of Steven Spielberg's controversial Gulfstream G650 private jet. What do you guys have to say? Comment down below.